Now on Nightside, an accident killed a man at the Galena mine in Silver Valley.
Skies are clearing, the winds are dying down, and temperatures are dropping fast. I'll tell you about a cold start to Wednesday in the first alert forecast.
And just 3 hours ago, a man was stabbed near the Monroe Street Bridge. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. We begin with that breaking news tonight. Spokane police are looking for the person who stabbed a man near the Monroe Street Bridge. Police say the man was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
A miner is dead tonight in the Silver Valley. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Aaron Luna.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. That person was killed during an accident at the Galena mine. New on Nightside, our Rania Kaur reports from the Silver Valley with what we know so far.
Although officials aren't releasing who that miner was, officials say that miner was working when they were struck by falling ground. Galena mine was empty Tuesday night. Investigators are trying to figure out how an employee was killed on the job. America's Gold and Silver owns Galena mine and says the employee was a miner working when they were, quote, struck by falling ground. In a statement, the president and CEO wrote in part, quote, "Our primary focus is supporting those involved and working to fully understand the circumstances that led to this event and to prevent it from happening again in the future." The last time someone died in the Galena mine was in 2010, when a miner was crushed by loose material while using a scaling bar to remove rock. Mine Safety and Health Administration determined that ultimately management policies, procedures, and controls was the reason for the death. The Mine Safety and Health Administration is here at Galena and will be continuing the investigation. As we learn more information, we'll bring it to you right here on KXLY and on our website at kxly.com. In Wallace, I'm Rania Kaur, 4 News Now.
Now to breaking news out of Grant County. The Grant County Sheriff's Office found a body in an irrigation canal south of Ephrata. The deputies say there was no obvious sign of foul play. The person has been identified. Their name will be released on Wednesday. Washington State Patrol needs your help finding 2 teens who may be in danger. Take a look at your screen. Myanna Lewis and Charlotte Jurassic walked away from Healing Lodge 7 Nations on Friday. They took their belongings and ran from the addiction center. The girls are not from the Spokane area and have a history of substance use. Police say they may be frequenting homeless camps or shelters. If you've seen them, call Crime Check. Here's the number, 509-456-2233. The skies have cleared and we are getting ready for a cold night.
Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is here to help us plan for tomorrow morning.
Well, it turned into a very chilly evening. Once the sun set, the showers have come to an end. Even had a little bit of thunderstorm activity. You may have had some graupel at your house. All of that has come to an end, and now temperatures are dropping. 37 in Spokane right now. It's 35 in Coeur d'Alene. We're at freezing in Sandpoint and Colville, and 35 degrees at Pullman. Here's our lows tonight. We'll be down in the 20s in many locations, including Spokane, Pullman and St. Mary's, 28 in Ritzville, and 29 in Omak. Right around the Spokane area, temperatures will be down below freezing across the entire region. 30 in downtown and Spokane Valley, 30 in Coeur d'Alene, as well as Post Falls. Our winds have died down. That is good news. Our wind gusts got as high as 51 miles per hour in Spokane, particularly right around those showers. We had some very gusty winds, but now winds generally less than 10 miles per hour. That'll take a little bit of the sting out of tomorrow morning's very cold start. With clear skies, we'll have mostly sunny conditions, a high temperature of 49. 55 is our average high. There is some warmer weather in the forecast, but won't be around for long. So I'll help you take advantage coming up in your forecast. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. New on Nightside, the mother of a 6-year-old boy who shot his teacher in the hand and chest at school will surrender to Virginia authorities this week. She's being charged with felony child neglect and recklessly leaving a loaded firearm so as to endanger a child, which is a misdemeanor. The little boy will not be charged for a few reasons.
One would be whether or not he's competent to stand trial. 2 would be the law really presumes that children that are that young aren't able to really form criminal intent.
Attorneys for the teacher, Abby Werner, filed a $40 million lawsuit last week against the Newport News School District, alleging that administrators knew the child was violent at home and ignored several warnings on the day of the shooting that the boy had brought a gun to school. The assistant principal resigned 2 weeks after the shooting. The principal was reassigned to another school.
I just will never forget the look on his face that he gave me while he pointed the gun directly at me. That's something that I will never forget. It's changed me. It's changed my life.
The parents of the 6-year-old previously issued a statement saying, quote, "Our son suffers from an acute disability and was under a care plan at the school that included his mother or father attending school with him and accompanying him to class every day." The week of the shooting was the first week they were not in class with him, and they say, quote, "We will regret our absence on this day for the rest of our lives."
New on Nightside, the Biden administration wants to hear from the public about how to regulate artificial intelligence. The Commerce Department will accept public input for 2 months. It plans to issue a report advising the White House and other policymakers on the best approaches for keeping AI tools accountable. Its goal is to ensure AI products are legal, effective, ethical, safe, and otherwise trustworthy.
New on Nightside, the NYPD unveiled 3 new robot prototypes that will be used by police in New York. The first is what they're calling the DigiDog. The robot dogs will be used to go into small spaces like the subway system where suspects may have barricaded themselves, and the dog can then send back a live video feed. They are not armed and are not equipped with facial recognition software. The second is a self-driving surveillance camera called the K5 Autonomous Security Robot. It will patrol a specific route and deliver audio messages back to police. People can also use it to call 911. And also, police announced that they are trying out a new system called Star Chase, which will let them launch a GPS tag onto a car as it speeds away, helping them track it without chasing it through busy areas where bystanders could get hurt.
Law enforcement in Washington could get more freedom to chase suspected criminals. Right now, police need probable cause to start a pursuit. A new bill that just passed the state house would change that requirement to reasonable suspicion. Reasonable suspicion is when an officer believes a crime is happening. Probable cause is when officers have a clear reason to believe crime is taking place. This bill allows police to pursue a suspect because of reasonable suspicion, but only if they believe that a DUI or violent or sexual offense is taking place. The bill also states that the pursuit itself can't be more dangerous than the risk the suspect poses to the public. If it is, officers would need to notify their supervisors.
The pursuit needs to be called off under those circumstances. There is also a requirement that the officer notify a supervisor immediately upon beginning the pursuit, and that there be supervisory oversight and ongoing communication.
Although this bill passed in the House, it was met with strong opposition from some lawmakers who say it doesn't do enough to protect people in the state. The bill now heads to the Senate for approval.
Credit card scammers are making a comeback, and just one swipe puts you at risk. It's not just gas pumps you have to worry about. Skimmers are now showing up inside local convenience stores. They're more sophisticated and harder to spot.
It is just like a cell phone case. This one here specifically, it just slides on here and pushes down under 10 seconds.
Well, this skimmer was discovered in about 18 hours, but others are collecting PIN numbers and credit card data for weeks. 4 News Now talks to a local detective about how you can outsmart the skimmer scammers and protect your money. Watch my special report tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
Well, time to take a quick look at sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. Gonzaga basketball has seen 3 players enter the transfer portal this offseason. Those players still have the option to return if they want, but it seems that one of them is a step closer to finding a new home. Hunter Salas is reportedly visiting with Nebraska later this month. Salas is from Omaha, located less than an hour from the Nebraska campus. Nebraska actually recruited Salas when he was coming out of high school, but he decided to go with Gonzaga instead. Maybe a reunion is in the works. Now, Salas was a key bench player for the Bulldogs this season. He averaged 4 points a game and was a lockdown defender for Gonzaga. According to On3 Sports, Salas's official visit to Nebraska is set for April 21st to the 23rd, and we'll keep you updated on the latest with that. But for now, live in the studio, Julian Minnesone, 4 News Now Sports.
Julian, thank you. Coming up on Nightside today, prosecutors suggested a possible motive, showed graphic photos, and described a complicated plot to to cast out evil spirits in the trial of the Idaho Doomsday mom, Lori Vallow.
And a new federal plan is in place to fight the synthetic drug trade that has been responsible for thousands of fentanyl overdoses, including here in Spokane.
Stay up. Tired is tomorrow's problem.
I had a benefactor who lent me the money to go to New York.
Wow. Was it Donald Trump?
Four News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by Fred's Appliance.
Hit the ground running in the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport, or the Ridgeline, made more rugged with better off-road performance, and more capable with different driving modes available to conquer snow, mud, and sand. Adventure on in the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
New tonight on Kimmel, comedy legend Carol Burnett.
When people call you a legend, do you like that?
What a question.
Plus Wendy McClendon-Covey and
Night 2 of a week with Metallica and YouTube superstar Mark Rober.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, new tonight on ABC.
At Northwest Window and Door, we've got everything you need. Whether you're building a new home or replacing windows and doors in your current home, visit us online at nwwindow.com to set up an appointment with a friendly, knowledgeable salesperson.
Hepatitis C? Don't just treat it. Crush it with Maverick.
Conquer it with Maverick. Cure it with Maverick. Maverick cures all types of Hep C.
In only 8 weeks.
The virus multiplies daily and can damage the liver over time. Maverick stops Hep C and cures it. If you've had hepatitis B, it may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you've had Hep B, a liver or kidney transplant, other liver problems, HIV, other medical conditions, and all your medicines. Do not take Maverick with atazanavir or rifampin. Report right away yellow skin, stomach pain or swelling, confusion and bleeding or bruising.
Hep C? Crush it with Maverick.
Conquer it with Maverick.
Cure it in only 8 weeks. See Hep C gone with Maverick.
Ask your doctor about Maverick. AbbVie could help you save.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ironstone Furniture and Fire.
It was an active day of weather, some graupel showers, a few rumbles of thunder, very gusty winds, and now it's all quieting down. Clear skies in Coeur d'Alene and Spokane, but chilly. Temperatures right now are in the 30s. We're headed down to an overnight low of 29 with mostly clear skies. Tomorrow, a high of 49, a little below average. Mostly sunny for the first part of the day. We'll see a few clouds building up in the afternoon and much calmer. Here's a broad view of what is going on with our weather. Very typical spring pattern. We have an upper level trough, very cold air aloft with this system, and that will keep things unsettled for the next couple of days. However, it looks like most of the energy will be to our south. Still the possibility of some mountain showers as we go through the next 24 hours. Area of low pressure sinking off to the south. But again, we have enough instability to see those hit and miss showers over the mountains, and occasionally one may make its way down into the valleys, but it will be very hit and miss and could fall in a variety of forms. A little bit of graupel, wouldn't rule out a quick snow shower or rain showers, and when you see those, they often come along with gusty winds. A warming trend in our forecast, 49 tomorrow. We're up into the lower 50s for Thursday and Friday. Finally above average for Saturday and back in the 60s on Sunday. But very much like Easter Sunday, the rain comes in late in the day, and that brings some cooler weather as we get into next work week. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. More breaking news and an update to the stabbing on the Monroe Street Bridge. 3 teenagers were arrested right around 11 o'clock tonight for stabbing and stealing from a man, and they've been charged with first-degree robbery. That's the charge someone receives when they're armed with a weapon or inflict bodily injury on a victim while robbing them. And the victim, was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Today, prosecutors suggested a possible motive, showed graphic photos, and described a complicated plot to cast out evil spirits in the trial of the Idaho doomsday mom, Lori Vallow. She's accused of killing 2 of her kids. Today, jurors heard the testimony from the Rexburg police detective who found the bodies of the 2 children buried in the yard belonging to Lori Vallow's husband, Chad Daybell, and saw photos of the crime scene.
It's been 4 hard years. We've gone through a lot. We've seen some stuff we wish we could unsee.
Vallow and Daybell are also being charged with the death of Daybell's previous wife, Tammy Daybell. The prosecutors argued all 3 were killed because they stood in the way of the couple's relationship. The defense painting a much different picture, describing Vallow as a kind and loving mother who happened to have a particular interest in religion and prophecies involving the end of the world. Vallow and Daybell pleaded not guilty. They're being tried separately. A trial date has not yet been set for Daybell.
And new on Nightside, the clock is ticking for mifepristone. That's the first pill in the 2-dose regimen that can terminate a pregnancy through 10 weeks. And it could be unavailable nationwide by the end of this week. A Texas federal judge suspended approval of the drug, which will essentially make the sale of the pill illegal while the challenge moves through the legal system. But dozens of officials from biotech and pharmaceutical companies signed an open letter backing the FDA's right to, quote, regulate safe, effective medicines for every American, end quote. The White House did say it will, quote, always follow the law in regard to if the FDA should ignore the ruling from the judge.
Bans on abortion in the U.S. appear to have led to fewer legal procedures. In the 6 months since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, there were about 32,000 fewer reported abortions than expected, a drop of about 6%. Although in the states where the procedure remains legal, the number of abortions increased slightly. Abortions performed outside the legal healthcare system were not included in the analysis. Several Democratic governors are now working to stockpile abortion drugs as legal disputes surrounding the abortion pill mifepristone escalate. Washington Governor Jay Inslee purchased a 3-year supply of the drug. Now governors from Massachusetts, California, and New York are doing the same, announcing their states will also be stockpiling abortion or abortion-aiding drugs. New data analyzed by 538 shows that more than 66,000 people have been unable to get an abortion in their home state since Roe was overturned.
Sad to have to tell patients that, unfortunately, what was the standard of care yesterday might not be available to you today.
24 attorneys general have asked the 5th Court to freeze the judge's ruling out of Texas, saying that decision can endanger lives and infringe upon states' authority to protect access to abortion. The Learning Project Network says Black women are 2 or 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related complications compared to white women.
Black Maternal Health Week kicked off today. Advocates are now hoping by raising awareness they can change these alarming statistics. And these art exhibits are at Washington State University's School of Nursing building and at the Carl Maxey Center. This week will feature events spanning from art, film, and discussion, giving a space for Black women to tell their stories. There are 49 images organizers hope people can listen, see, and feel.
We know that Black women are 3 to 4 times more likely to die due to pregnancy-related issues than white women, and 60% of it is preventable. And so we're really asking the questions, what is preventable? What can we do? What are we missing? What conversations are we missing? And how do we implement those?
According to the CDC, Black women are not monitored as closely as white women during their pregnancies. You can head to our website, kxly.com, for more information about these galleries.
You know, every married couple flirts a little bit differently, and this couple from Virginia has been keeping the excitement alive with a decade-long practical joke. You can see it here. The resulting videos have become treasured family memories.
No.
That's next on Nightside.
Oh.
Later tonight on Nightline, the mom on trial for the murders of her son and daughter and the shocking reveals from prosecutors in the alleged doomsday plot. Plus, Owen Wilson channeling a legendary PBS painter for his new movie.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Look at this baseball field and this one. How about this one? Which one is next for a 4 News Now Extreme Team Diamonds and Dreams makeover? How about yours? Go to KXLY.com and tell us why your field deserves a makeover. Diamonds and Dreams brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
Saturday, April 15th, KXLY 4 News Now invites you to Avista Stadium for Storybook Princess Night as your Spokane Indians play the Eugene Emeralds, presented by Spokane Tribe Casino. Avista Stadium transforms into a magical land of princesses from your favorite fairy tales. Wear your prince or princess costume and get your picture taken with your favorite storybook characters. For tickets and game times, go to SpokaneIndians.com. Saturday, April 15th, Storybook Princess Night, presented by Spokane Tribe Casino and KXLY 4 News Now.
April showers brings mud, and that means it's time to go off-road and throw some dirt. And everything you need is waiting at Snow's Auto. Add lighting upgrade, new bumper and winch, and get special pricing on all truck and Jeep lifts, as well as new rugged tires to make your truck, Jeep, or Bronco an off-road beast. Plus, save on remote starts for just $399. Window tints are $50 off, and all speakers, amps, and subwoofers are on sale this week at Snow's Auto.
With prices of natural gas and propane skyrocketing, your heating bill is getting out of control. But before you turn down the heat, give the experts at Bill's Heating and Air a call. They have the latest in dual fuel technology to keep your family comfortable and utility bills low. And there's never been a better time to upgrade, because now every furnace purchase comes with a free AC or heat pump. So call Bill's Heating today to get your free heat pump while supplies last.
Spokane and North Idaho's country leader.
It goes like one margarita.
Bluebird in my heart. Baby, you're playing hard to forget. The big 99.9 Coyote Country.
4 News Now is brought to you by Spokane County Emergency Management.
4 things to know about your weather. We're going to be clear overnight. That sets the stage for a chilly Wednesday morning. Grab your coat. Even though it is going to be sunny, we'll see a few clouds developing in the afternoon for partly sunny skies. There's warmer weather ahead for the weekend. We did not get much rain out of this big atmospheric river, only 1,600ths today, not very much yesterday either. We're running behind average year to date, but that's not the case everywhere. We did get some heavier rain. These are 48-hour rainfall totals from North Idaho down through the Northeast Mountains and into parts of the northern Columbia Basin. The areas you see in yellow, that is in the 2-inch range. We had some minor flooding. That's where the flood watch was in effect, but there's more snow to melt, so we'll be watching things very closely as we get into the time of year where we clear out that snowpack. Here's a look at our forecast radar, a closer view than what we saw earlier in the broadcast. Clear overnight and to start the day tomorrow. Then we'll start to see those clouds developing in the afternoon as we get the instability going, and we'll start to see some very hit and miss showers, mainly over the higher terrain. That is the best chance to see a little bit of wet weather. Otherwise, we are dry across the region. Lighter winds, but also cooler weather for tomorrow. Pick of the night tonight from our friend Gary Peterson. He used to live in Spokane and would send pictures regularly for pick of the night. He was visiting tonight just in time to see this stunning shot of a storm over Mount Spokane from his hotel room, and shared this incredible image with us. Thank you so much, Gary, and welcome back to Spokane. You should stay. It's nice here. Aaron?
I'm trying to figure out what hotel that is.
I think it's that one by the hospital. Hopefully Gary is well and isn't there for a reason. You know, they have that newer hotel right there in the hospital complex. I can't think.
Good call.
So, yes, we're hoping that you're well, Gary, and that all your family is too. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Well, here's the story we've all been waiting for. New on Nightside, one couple from Virginia has a decade-long practical joke. Every year, John Ferris has been sneaking up on his wife, Evie, chasing her around the house, dangling a live lobster.
He still manages to startle me every time because I don't know when it's coming.
Well, Lobster Day, quote, started back in 2014 when they cooked and ate their very first crustacean. Became a date night thing. And there he is, attacking her while she's bedding down,
feel like was staged.
Peeling potatoes.
She was holding a baby. Look, she looks like she knows what's going on there.
Yeah, but he's sneaking up on her when she's on her phone.
Yeah, as the years progress, it starts to get a little scarier.
She starts to use...
Yeah, she wasn't ready there.
She's using a crate, a lobster crate. That's not bad. At least the claws are. Oh wow, a couple of spatulas. Well, now their son Tyler's 9 years old, and he's helping Dad with the jokes.
Of course he is.
Whatever keeps the family together.
And it's sweet to have those videos. Nice memories, I think. Well, new on Nightside, this is Nova. She's doing okay right now, but she is recovering after eating cocaine and THC at a park in Los Angeles near Hollywood. It has a playground and it's near a school, but Nova's case isn't an isolated incident. Another dog recently got sick too and became blind after ingesting oxycodone in Santa Monica.
Well, that is scary. Well, new on Nightside, the Biden administration has announced a new global effort to fight the synthetic drug trade. In 2021, more than 106,000 Americans died from drug overdoses, mainly from synthetic opioids like fentanyl. The White House wants to decrease those numbers and keep fentanyl out of the country. The new effort includes building a global coalition and trying to stop the manufacturing of the drug. The White House says its actions are already showing positive results.
The Spokane Indians were back in action tonight. All eyes were on the starting pitcher, how the former Gonzaga Bulldog played in his first pro game.
Download the 4 News Now app today. 4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
This is Pierce's last day? Oh, God, I hate that. I have a history of spiraling when people leave me.
Dr. Pierce, this is Nola. She has a giant tumor which has completely taken over her heart.
Blood pressure's soaring. There's no margin for error.
Let's do it.
You challenge me. You inspire me. Come with me to Chicago.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Gas pump credit card skimmers aren't new, but now skimmers are fooling people inside local stores.
Everyone can be victimized by this.
I'll show you how to beat the skimmer scammers and protect your money. Wednesday, only on 4 News Now at 6.
For a limited time only, get a new John Deere 1023E compact utility tractor with a 120E loader for only $199 per month. Take advantage of this exclusive offer for low monthly payments on top-of-the-line equipment that gets the job done, backed by our consistent quality customer service. Hurry in to your local Pape Machinery Ag and Turf store today to cash in on these limited time offers and get your property ready for the spring ahead. Pape keeps you moving.
I'm Chad Young from the Easy Home Buyer, and I pay cash for houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast for cash, call us today for your no-obligation as-is cash offer. We buy houses in any condition, and there are no fees, no commissions, and no repairs. We buy houses with tenants, fixer-uppers, bare land, even haunted houses. Woo! Call us today or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
We can finally say baseball is back in the Inland Northwest. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesome. The Spokane Indians had their entire opening series postponed due to the wet field conditions in Vancouver over the weekend. So the Indians returned home and had a proper opening night in front of that home crowd at Avista Stadium. 10th overall draft pick and former Gonzaga Bulldog Gabriel Hughes was on the mound for the Indians, hosting the Eugene Emeralds, and Hughes was lights out. Right here, strikes out Damon Dews. Hughes pitched 5 no-hit innings while striking out 6. To the 4th inning we go. Indians lead 1-0. Braxton Fulford takes this one deep. The 2-run home run makes it 3-0 Spokane. Indians threatening to score again in the 5th inning. Emeralds reliever Ben Madison will strike out Yanquiel Fernandez in the 6th. 2 we go. Here's Eugene with runners in scoring position. 1 out, but the Indians turn a huge double play right here. Whitworth's Joel Condrey got out of the jam. Indians hold on to win this one by a final of 7-4. Game 2 of the series is at 6:30 tomorrow night. Gonzaga baseball taking on Oregon State on the road. Game 1 was rained out. Game 2 is all good, especially early on for the Zags. Top of the first, runner on third for Sam Stem. He knocks this one back up the middle, and in comes the run to score. Bulldogs on the board first. They lead 1-0. Bottom of the inning, Oregon State responds. Micah McDowell blasts this one opposite way, deep to left field, and it is gone. A solo home run for the Beavers. We're all knotted up at 1. Now on to the bottom of the 4th inning now. Runner on, and Kyle Dernetti comes through near the gap for Oregon State, and that's good enough to bring home another run from second base. This one got ugly for the Bulldogs. 15-1 is the final. Gonzaga will take on LMU in a 3-game series on the road starting Friday. Seattle Mariners at Wrigley Field taking on the Chicago Cubs. Seattle brought out the lumber early on. Eugenio Suarez puts the Mariners up 2-0 with the home run. Seattle led 7-0 in the second inning, but it didn't last long. In the third, it's 7-4 Mariners. Bases loaded for the Cubs, and Nelson Velasquez gives Chicago the lead with one swing, a grand slam, and they're partying at the Wrigley rooftops right there. Now, it was part of an 8-run third inning for the Cubs, and the bleeding didn't stop there. Dansby Swanson right over the head of Colton Wong at second base. Mariners surrender a huge lead. 14-9 is the final score. Seattle has now lost 3 in a row. And the word focus was on the video board at Martin Stadium during Washington State football practice. Focus is exactly what the Cougars are trying to do for the rest of spring ball. Washington State has 4 more practices before the spring game. The Cougars are using this week to get ready for that final spring scrimmage on Saturday. The offense had the upper hand in the first scrimmage earlier this month, and this time it's the defense's turn to show what they can do in scrimmage number 2.
I feel like definitely compared to last year, we definitely won, have became definitely a lot closer. And then what I would say is here that wasn't as much here as last year is our aggression. The way we just come out and practice and just hit each other around is just so fun.
This is a week really that I want to see guys rise to the top. You know, this is where guys are going to rise, and because this is going to be a really last physical week. You know, we get in the spring game, you know that clock's going to probably be a running clock, and how true is it going to be? So we'll wait and see.
And the spring game is scheduled for April 22nd in Pullman. That'll wrap us up for sports.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Hello, welcome to T-Town. Like men over 40 everywhere. These guys experience a drop in testosterone. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. Some guys took my advice about how to boost their testosterone, and some didn't. This guy got the message loud and clear.
That's right, Nugenix Total T.
Nugenix Total T is the unique patented formula powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to boost free testosterone to help you feel stronger, leaner, with more muscle and drive. Nugenix is #1 doctor recommended, #1 at GNC, and #1 at Walmart. But you can only get your complimentary bottle by texting proof to 321-321.
Thanks. It'll make you feel like a new man. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text proof to 321-321. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat incinerator ever. Absolutely free.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Tomorrow will be crisp, especially in the morning, high of 49, but without the breeze, actually be a pretty nice day. Sounds like Aaron should have a jog. Maybe Julian too. I'm not going to.
I don't know if I have time.
Oh.
Oh, I thought we were not going to go on a jog together?
No, I have to get my teeth cleaned.
Yeah.
Just
Heard that
witness
before.
a breakup? That was sad.
You didn't get my calendar invite? Thought we had something. Apparently
Another
not.
time.